Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Uneducated Economist here. So I had a request to come out and explain Brexit simply. So I thought I'd do a quick, easy explanation of Brexit. And so if you're not familiar with Brexit, Brexit stands for the Great Britain leaving the European Union, right? So Great Britain exiting the Union. And if you can kind of wrap your head around the United States having one of its states break away from the United States, so like California all of a sudden decides that it's going to be its own country, so to speak, and it would be subject to all these world trade laws, right? So now all of a sudden trying to deal with the rest of the states isn't going to be as easy as it was before because they're no longer part of the United States of America. They're their own state now, their own country. And that's very similar to what's basically happening with Great Britain. Now, they are their own country, but they were part of the Union, so meaning that they were part of this, unified structure of trade that was going on between the different members of the Union. And they're going to break away from that. Now, what ends up happening from this is that they're going to have to come up with new deals. So they can have like a hard deal where they basically say they're going to cut away from all the different departments of the European Union and we're going to create our own departments and we're going to have to figure out new laws and trade deals, right? Or they can have more of a softer one where they kind of keep some of these departments from the union or something very similar to them and continue on trade somewhat, in the fashion that they were before. Or they're coming up with, these deals that are like the no deals deals where they basically sign into law all the same things that are basically taking place in the European Union as they are right now. So those are kind of like what's happening inside of the European Union right now, is that Great Britain hasn't quite left the European Union. They're coming up on a date where they're either going to have no choice, where they're just going to be like no longer part of the Union and they have to figure things out from that point on. They can come up with hard deals. We're saying, hey, we're going to cut away from all the different departments, create our own departments, figure out all brand new deals. Soft deals where they kind of take on some of those departments that they already got going on and try and softly transition into this separation from the Union. Or they can come up with this brand new kind of laws that right now the newest one that was introduced was so similar to the way the European Union is written now that it would basically as if they weren't leaving the Union altogether. There's also another option that they could come up and they could vote again and decide whether or not they do want to continue on leaving the Union, or if they want to stick it out and try and still remain members of the Union. So anyway, that was quick, simple explanation. I hope that helped. I'm going to leave a link to an article down in the description from the BBC that does a pretty good job of describing, pretty much what's going on over in the European Union right now. All right, Uneducated Economist, thank you very much. Talk to you later.